guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're back here at Walker Ford in Clearwater, Florida, and guess what? I have an SUV that brings some versatility, of course, but also brings some performance. This is a 2022 Ford Explorer ST. But before we get into this all-wheel drive, twin turbocharged powered SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. The Ford Explorer. It is one of those vehicles that really made a major impact on the auto industry. Going back to the early 1990s, obviously still in existence, but you know what? There's never been a version of the Explorer for the true car enthusiast. Well, guess what? The wait is over. Ford is now doing it with this ST. So what are we talking about? We're talking about a tweaked platform, not only to give you more horsepower, but also give you better braking and handling. Now, this particular Ford Explorer has been redesigned the past couple of years. Definitely looks more muscular, more mature, not so rounded. But now with the performance part, it kind of elevates the whole feel. What's interesting is that some of the performance actually has been borrowed from the police interceptor version of the Ford Explorer. So what I want to find out is, for the price, is this the performance SUV to buy, or should you maybe go buy a BMW X5? Let's go ahead, let's dive in to this Explorer ST and find out. Right off the bat, the proportions. Like I said, very muscular, flat roof is looking great, and they did a great job at the front. You are gonna have a little bit larger headlight housing, but the great news is everything is LED inside. LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, and turn signals. Now, another SUV that you can compare this to would be the Audi SQ7. So we'll kind of look at both of those, the BMW and the Audi, but compared to those two that I just mentioned, this definitely has the larger headlight housing, but it does have full LED lighting inside. We drop down, you're gonna have more exterior lighting, and then one of the great parts is you get a functional corner air curtain. One on each side, that's gonna help channel air at the front and down the side of the vehicle. A little bit of flat black. I'm loving the metallic silver. Really shows the body lines well of this Explorer. And then the ST has just a little sprinkling of gloss black along the bottom splitter area. Now, as we come across that unique ST grille, you're gonna have gloss black, ties in with the lower portion. We got the blue oval. Would have been cool if they would have blacked out the Ford logo. I think it would have just brought the sportiness up to a new level. Just a little touch, something like that can make a big difference. You do have a forward-facing camera, and then we have the ST badge. I wish that it was just a little bit larger. So we are gonna zonk the size of the ST badge. If you don't know what it means, it doesn't mean sport tuned or super terrific. It actually stands for sports technology. So anytime you see that on an older Focus, you see that on the Edge, that is a performance variant, and this is a Ford performance vehicle. So you buy this, there is a school that you could attend and drive their Explorer STs in high performance situations. We got body color in the center. I love this larger rectangular opening to help bring more cool air. And then on the lower portion, you got the flat black and more functionality. So tons of ways to get air for the intercoolers and all the other heat exchangers. Now, when we get up onto that hood, the Explorer badge, they definitely did a good job making it look modern. I am gonna zonk it because I wish they would have sunk these letters into the hood a little bit instead of having them just like Lee press-on nails just stuck on. You got a nice U-shaped indentation in the hood, and then everything else, very clean bowl lines. When we come around the bend, talking about bowl, we're going big. This has the optional big brake package. So what do? You get bigger wheels, 21-inch wheels. Love that multi-spoke design, gloss black, 275 on the width, 45 series sidewall, and then there's your bigger calipers. Now, the bad news in the zonk is that they're not Brembos, but those are the bigger brakes off of the police interceptor. So you'll be able to stop just as well as a highway patrol officer when they're pulling you over for speeding in this vehicle. You get the shock absorbers, specially tuned, specific shock absorbers for the ST, springs, the whole 9 yards. There's even extra bracing to help stiffen up this mid-size structure. And then of course, like I said, the color matches well with the silver. The big zonk, besides not having Brembos, what's up with all the flat black? That would have been perfect to have it body colored all the way around, nice silver finish. But what does it for me are these wheels. I see the wheels and I just start to drool. Let's go down the rest of the side of the vehicle. You're gonna get gloss black on your mirror caps, matches nicely with the gloss black in our A-pillar. You do have some LED turn signals there, 360-degree cameras. Like the way they just kept it body colored on the roof. Instead of doing that whole two-tone thing, black out the A-pillar, black out the mirror cap, leave everything else alone. We got a little bit of gloss black tying it all together on the door handles, on that lower portion of your side sill there. And then you do get raised roof rails. I think it would have been cool to just X-nay the roof rails. Yes, this is gonna allow you to be able to put a cargo basket or bikes or whatnot, but without the roof rails, it definitely would have looked a lot more sporty, like an SQ7 or a BMW X5. 275 all the way around. And what's great is remember, this platform, it's not front wheel drive like the previous generation, it's rear wheel drive based, which makes the all wheel drive that much better on this ST. Working our way towards the rear, good job on the quarter window, nice size. And then swinging around the back, you do get a nice long low roof spoiler. For some reason, they put a flat black shark fin antenna. I guess that's to match the roof rails. It would have been nicer just body colored. And then you know what I'm gonna say about this, right? With all this space, they could have just cleaned this up and put it underneath there and all would be just right at the back, but they didn't do that, so that is a zonk. This is the larger ST badge that I wanted to see up front. Remember, sport technology, not super terrific. You might be super terrific, but that's not what it stands for. I like the way they just did an indentation of the Explorer name on the back instead of putting more badges. And then the crazy thing is, there's two crazy things. We're gonna drop down to talk about the craziness. You actually could tow with this Explorer ST. You'll be the fastest down to the dock to put your boat in the water. The other crazy thing, these are fake out the back. The openings are actually on the bottom. Yes, I know, we've already gone down this rocky road that it's about the exhaust fumes going into the rear cargo area. You mean to tell me they can't develop some weather stripping to stop the fumes from going back there? Because not all vehicles have that. So I'm confused why they did it. It looks great. The exhaust look great. I just want them to be functional out the exhaust tip, not the bottom. But let's go to the tip of this iceberg, pop the hood, and see that power plant of the ST. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. Would have been nice to just have the hydraulic hood struts. But this is what I was telling you about. Check out this girder. It almost looks like a steel girder off of the Skyway Bridge, the original Skyway Bridge, not the new one, but the one that was originally there that got hit by an oil tanker. This thing is gonna beef up the front end, stiffen things up, and then underneath that massive strut tower brace, what do we got? We have a 3-liter EcoBoost. What does EcoBoost mean? It means turbocharged power. Twin turbos in a V6 designation, 400 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Steven is showing you the turbo, one of them at least, way down in the belly of the engine compartment. Let me know if you could see it, because him and I had a bet whether you'd be able to see it or not. Obviously, I'm hoping that you can see it. But 0 to 60 in 5 seconds flat, quarter mile in 13.6 seconds at 102 miles per hour. Top speed is 146 miles per hour. This SUV weighs 4,853 pounds, and it MPGs has 18 in the city, 24 on the highway. But you know what? Why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this performance-oriented Explorer and hear if there's any sound out that exhaust. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Ford Explorer ST. I know what you're saying to yourself, Joe, a lot of people where I live, I constantly see these high-end cars. I really don't want to break the bank buying an SUV, but I definitely want something with some performance. The silver on this, the big 21-inch wheels, I'm really digging it. How much is it? So MSRP, and this is something to think about, especially if you're comparing it to like an SQ7 from Audi. MSRP, the way that this one is optioned, is right at $58,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. I'm actually digging the door panel. Nice soft touch material. I also think it was smart to do silver on the speaker grill covers. This does have the optional B&O sound system. The one thing that's a zonk is the gloss black. And Steven will show you his actual fingerprints that are in that gloss black. It'll definitely help any FBI agent identify who's been sitting in the passenger seat. Soft armrests, white contrast stitching, and then you do have a door pocket size there that will easily fit, I would say, 4 beef and cheddars and extra horsey sauce from Arby's. Now going from the door panel to the dash, soft touch material. This semi-gloss black stuff I guess looks okay. Where I'm very disappointed is right here. The gaps are just ridiculous. You could actually put, I would say, 4 credit cards. You could stand them in that gap there between this piece of plastic and then the gloss black that's on the radio controls. What do we have? We have that 12-inch portrait style infotainment system. Not my favorite. I wish it was just horizontal. If it was the same exact screen and just turn it horizontally, I would feel a lot better because I think it would look a lot better. But you got your navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let me throw it in reverse for you. Very small in the backup camera. So I hope that you bring your Explorer magnifying glass, which of course you could hit that, but all it does is magnifies the ground. I would like just this just to be larger. So that is a bit of a zonk there. But you do have 360, which is kind of nice. I throw it back in the park. We work our way down. You got your radio controls. We got our dual climate control, heated seats and ventilated seats. Remember, 3 stages of each, which are fantastic. So they really got you covered there, and a heated steering wheel. And then this silver finish. Now, I like the silver. It's a flat silver, so you're not going to get glare. We open up this door, open sesame. What do we got? 12-volt USB-C, USB-A. And then you got some felt lining in there. So you could easily put, I would say, 2 pairs of family jewels down in there, and they won't get scratched. You got your 2 cup holders. We got our ST Sports Technology key fob with remote start. We got our rotary dial, just like on a GT500, rotary dial for that 10-speed automatic. You got your drive mode selector knob, which I'll show you more of that when you come to the business side of things. We got wireless charging on the back side here. Now, the only problem with this is that if you have your phone here and you get on those big brakes, it's gonna go flying. So I wish that they would have put that somewhere else. I like the softness of the armrest and the stitching. Open it up, what do we got? You got your nice little party tray. This is almost like a going away tray. So if somebody's still hungry and you got some Planters peanuts, just tell them to take it. Or if somebody's hungry in the back seat, you can just throw it at them. And then you got a 12-volt, and you know that crystal statue of Henry Ford that your great-great-great-great-grandfather gave to you because he was employee of the year working for Henry Ford? You could keep that in this center console and it's not going to break. So that's a good news. Seats, I like the leather. I love the stitching. You got the ST badge kind of pressed into the back section. And then of course you're going to have nice bolstering, electric assist for the bottom and the back portion. And then of course, we got plenty of room in here. The problem is you don't have a sunroof. So if you were hoping for a small sunroof or panoramic sunroof at $58,000, you don't get one. Let me know how you feel about that. But why don't you get over here to the business end. I got a flat bottom steering wheel I want to show you in our Explorer ST. All right, guys, business time. You do get 3 memory seat settings. I do like the Ford Performance badge that's on the sill there. Remember, this being a true Ford Performance product. The only thing I don't like is where's my aluminum pedals? You got a pretty good sized dead pedal, but it would have just been an extra nice touch, because I know Lori's old Ford Focus ST had aluminum pedals. Would have been nice to have that. You got all your seat controls, easy to get to, right on the side, fingertip touch. Like I said, I'm 6 feet tall, I got plenty of headroom. Steering wheel is great. I love the flat bottom steering wheel, nice thickness, perfect stitching all the way around. Just a little bit of gloss black, not gonna bother you. You do have paddles to go up and down the 10-speed automatic. And then my favorite part is you do have that full digital gauge cluster that when you go into your different modes, look how nice and colorful it is. So you could go into tow haul, you got your eco mode, hug a tree, save a tree, normal, but who the hell wants to be normal? I'm going sport. Because checkered flag means the race is on and we got 400 horsepower. But why don't we go ahead, this is a 3-row SUV. Why don't we get into the mid-row and see how your passengers are gonna enjoy driving down the twisty roads in your backyard in this Explorer ST. All right guys, mid-row time, and the nice thing is the leather seats in here are pretty comfortable. I actually were digging the seats up front. The bolstering wasn't too crazy, but the seats are comfortable in the back. This is a sliding and reclining mid-row, which is great. The backs, you got the leather all the way around. Good size pockets, so you could easily put one of those family-sized bags of Twizzlers, maybe some Sour Patch Kids. And have you ever taken like a fistful of Sour Patch Kids and just put them in your mouth just to see what would happen? Try that on your next family trip, especially for the kids out there. Back of the command center here, not much commanding going on. They give you a blank plate to let you know where the knobs would be for the rear AC controls, but you don't have the actual controls. What you do have is a home power source, USB-C, and a USB-A, and those are your tiny little cup holders. So if you have little sippy cups, that's where you can put your sippy cups. If you have a man Slurpee or a big gulp, it's not gonna fit in there. You're gonna have to keep it on your lap, and that may become very messy very quick in this Explorer ST. Let me close all those doors up. Pretty comfortable in here. Here's where you got your AC vents located up high. Pull this guy down. Mild to medium on the softness, a little bit bigger on the cup holders. But you know what? We got one more row to go before I show you that cargo area. Let's check out the 3rd row in the Explorer ST. All right, guys, 3rd row time, and this is not very comfortable. I'll just put it that way. My knees are just way too high. I actually had to move the seat up as far as I could because it would just be making contact with the back. With the back of the seat would be making contact with my knees. No USBs. I do have AC vents that are nicely located, but there's really no place soft to put my arm or anything. I have a big open hole here, and then this is all hard plastic, so they don't really go out of their way to make it any more comfortable. So my advice is that your kids' friends that you dislike the most, have them sit in the 3rd row. Tell them it's the special seat. Kind of do some reverse psychology. But you know what? Let's go ahead, let's put these seats back together so I could show off the cargo area and see what you could haul in this Explorer ST. All right, guys, cargo area time. Now what's nice and convenient is they give you a little bit of an arrow so that you're not searching for the button. Just look for the arrow, you hit the button, get out of the way, it rises up without alerting you. What are you greeted to? You're greeted to 18 cubic feet of space, and we have this nifty cargo net area. Now what's kind of neat is that it has a zipper. What I was thinking is if you go to the Hostess factory, you could ask for a 2-foot-long Twinkie. It'll easily fit in this area, and then you zip it up so that your Twinkie isn't sliding around the cargo area. No guy wants their Twinkie sliding around in the cargo area. That's gonna hurt. But we'll get this out of the way very easily. You just kind of unhook it, move it out of the way. We got a little bit of an Easter egg. This is actually when the designers were at McDonald's having lunch, this is what they drew on the napkin to design this particular Explorer while they're eating their Big Mac and their large fry. What's good about it is that you lift it up, you do have storage. Now the problem is this cannot be used as a cooler. That would have been perfect. But what you can do is you could put 2 16-inch pizzas back here. So if you're going to Chuck E. Cheese and that particular day there's a discount because it's bring your own pizza day at Chuck E. Cheese, you could have the 2 pizzas conveniently located underneath. If you need more room, guess what? You could get it. So you push these 2 buttons on the passenger side where the LED light is, one touch operation, electric dropping 3rd row seats. Now, Like I mentioned before, when I was squished back here, there's no USBs. You got a cup holder, you got places for your Mentos and you know, M&Ms and stuff, but there's no USBs. There are AC vents, like I showed you, but it would have been nice to have the connectivity. That mid-row will go down if you're happening to go to Jet's Pizza and you're gonna get one of those rectangle Sicilian style pizzas. You could get one of those, just fill up the whole vehicle. One of those big, it basically comes almost like on a big plank of wood, and they use about 6 people to slide it into your Explorer. But you know what? I need to go get some pizza because we're not getting any delivered. We'll close that up. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do a pizza run and go on throttle in our Explorer ST. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Ford Explorer ST. Nobody is behind us, so we're gonna come to a complete stop. I wanna showcase that all-wheel drive. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. So remember, you got 400 horsepower from that twin turbo V6. The 10-speed shifts very, very smoothly. And then once you get behind the wheel is where this Explorer ST is gonna really make you smile, because first of all, being based off a rear-wheel drive platform, that automatically makes this a way better handling Explorer than the previous generation. And then when you add the all-wheel drive, the suspension tweaks, and everything else, it really allows this Explorer to do things that your normal Explorer shouldn't be doing. So that really kind of elevates everything. Now the seats, like I said, they're comfortable, they're supportive, not a ton of bolstering, but I think as obviously more of a daily driver, we don't want to have too much bolstering to squeeze you. Of course, I have it in sport mode. I think the one thing that might bother some people is the sound that's being pumped in through the sound system to make it a little bit more throatier. But one thing you're definitely gonna love is that instant torque from the twin turbo V6. And I'm telling you, the shifts are so smooth. And if you're comparing this to, like I said, an Audi SQ7, you're gonna be spending well over $70,000 for a vehicle like that compared to the price of this Explorer ST. Now, of course, the Audi on the inside has a little bit more refinement and better materials, but everything is well within reach. And I think my two favorite things have got to be the steering wheel and that digital gauge display. Visibility is amazing. Nice side mirrors. You got all your Ford safety features to keep you and your family safe. And then you also have that all-wheel drive that's going to give you all that stick. All right, guys, we're going to get out on the highways and byways in this Explorer ST, and that's another thing, like merging, piece of cake. Like I said, 0 to 60, 6 seconds. 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, and that just allows you to get up and going very quickly so that you can merge, you can change lanes easily. Another thing that I'm digging is when you go into the different modes, and there's a ton of different modes, it appropriately adjusts the steering feel, the throttle sensitivity, and of course how the engine and transmission behaves with one another. I think the one thing I'm really missing is some type of a sunroof in here, whether a standard size or a panoramic sunroof. But we're gonna get to the Ladies Ride test track over here and really test out the handling, because like I said, with the police interceptor parts, you're getting a lot of the same suspension components, brakes that the highway patrol uses in their police interceptors. Something in the road, we got to dodge around, but we definitely got to go on throttle. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. On the brakes, into this left hand bend. Look at this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, on throttle. It makes driving an Explorer super fun. And with that all-wheel drive system, sending power forward and back really allows you to kind of take advantage of the grip levels of this vehicle. And then having the brakes to shed the speed, having the suspension to keep all 4 corners exactly where you want them to be, makes this a surprising vehicle. So much so that you put this up against an SQ7 or a BMW X5, it's gonna surprise you. But once again, let's come to a complete stop real quick here, and then we're gonna go on throttle. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. All grip, no slip. On the brakes. Here we go. Nice. The tail end just came around a little bit so that you could square off the corner. And then the best part is, even if you leave it in sport, it still rides really, really well. It's not gonna shake your internal organs and make it be all bouncy and stuff. It's a nice balance. And that's what I really like about it, is that I wanna be in sport, but I don't want the suspension to be too tough, especially on a longer drive. You get to have your cake and eat it too in this Explorer ST. But hopefully this has been a nice overall review for the ST and what you're getting for the money. We're gonna get back to Walker Ford and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another fun kind of day here at Walker Ford. Definitely want to thank Frank Walker, Weston Walker, Tracy, Austin, Mark, the whole crew, getting us this 2022 Explorer ST. Let me know what you think, especially for the price. Does this pack enough performance, or are you gonna go with the Audi SQ7 or maybe a BMW X5? Put your comments in that appropriate area. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rides family. We got to give it up to the man behind the lens. He's making the magic happen and allowing you to have a video. So thank you, Stephen Flood. Check him out, Stephen Flood Photography on Instagram. He's got the eye, the eagle, and the eyes for the detail. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.